So good day, everyone. This time I'll be discussing to you our next topic, and that is already included in the module 3 of our course, Profi 1, Social Issues and Professional Practices. So allow me to share my screen to everyone. Okay, for topic 3 or the lesson 3, that is professionals in the field of IT. So later on, you will be called as a young professionals. So for the objectives, we are going to define how the meaning of profession and how it is used in IT field. Second, discuss the 7 factors that are changing the nature of professional services. Next, identify the various professional relationships that must be managed. And the last one is to discuss the IT professional malpractice. So to start with, let's define first what is a profession. Because before you enroll yourself in your different courses, you are also questioning in your mind that what would be my profession nga gusto madabot, di ba? So what would be my work later on? So profession is a calling that requires specialized knowledge and often long and intensive academic preparation. So this course that you are taking, for example, BS Computer Science, this could prepare you later on to become a professional. Okay, so you are choosing your profession as BS Com Sci. So, and we're talking of BS Com Sci, not as you will work on computer or you will work on the different hardware and software. So becoming a computer science, you will later on become a teacher. Okay, just like me, I'm comsci, but I prefer to teach because this is the first opportunity that comes after my graduation. Okay, so that is why this is a calling, even though you would say, even me before, I'm not saying, or I always say, I don't want to become a teacher. And then, wala ti teacher nga line sa amon bala nga family. But then, I don't know that maybe this could really a calling, okay, that could help my students. Or a profession is a job that which someone works and for which they have had training. So while you are a student, okay, you need to attend different trainings. So this could prepare you to become a professional or to become a BS ComSci graduate. So it is what they do to get money or a living. Syempre, if you are already working, so you have to earn money. So people often study for years to do their job. Yes, so just like us or like our course, you need to strive hard for 4 years so that you will find a job later on. So what are the criteria? So one primary duties consists of the performance of work requiring knowledge of an advanced type in a field of science. So if you don't have a knowledge, hindi man ikaw pwede magtudlo. But then, you know what, our advantage as BS ComSci is that to other programs, we are very good when it comes to how we use computer. So ang murang atin ng advantage, just like if you are education and then you will teach, so we are so lucky, just like in this time of pandemic, kay if you are a computer literate, do kada siglang natin class mag-adapt. Okay, just like them, so they need to train themselves. They need to to check on, okay, what is that all about computer. Okay, Okay, we have also one instruction, study, or work is original and creative in character in a recognized field of artistic endeavor, the result of which depends primarily on the invention, imagination, or talent of the employee. So as a ComSci, we have to know what would be our skills, di ba? So I told you, you should, I know you are very good in what skills. Okay, this later on, magamit natin if you are applying for a work. So that's the criteria. So one's work requires the consistent exercise of discretion and judgment in its performance. So if you want to be a teacher, you should know how to become a teacher. You should know what the topics you are discussing to them and how could you transfer the knowledge you have learned to your student. So one's work is predominantly intellectual. So it depends on the knowledge we have observed, on the knowledge we stored, okay, in our mind. So that would be the things that we can also share to other people. So are IT workers professionals? It's like if you are a graduate of education, you will be called as professionals, diba? So from a legal perspective, IT workers are not recognized as professionals. Why? Because they are not licensed by the state or federal government. So if you are a graduate of the different course related to computer, you are not called as professionals. But if you have the license, you will already called as IT professionals. Just like if you are teaching, even though I am a ComSci graduate, I took a certificate in teaching, and then I get a licensure examination for teachers. That is why I am considered as IT professionals. Pero kung graduate ka kang course nga related sa computer, nga wala ko license, you are not considered as professionals, okay, or IT professionals. So the changing professional services industry. So although not legally classified as professionals, IT workers are considered part of the professional services industry. Okay, so just like according to Ross Donson, author and CEO of the consulting firm Advanced Human Technology, identifies the 7 forces that are changing the nature of professional services. So what are the 7 forces? Okay, we have here first is client sophistication. Okay, we are after on our client is satisfied with what we are doing. Just like if you are a teacher, is your teacher learning from you or not? Or they just simply attending the class without observing what you are discussing? So maybe that is part of a client sophistication. The governance. Okay, our governance, we need to look for a solution to the problems, specifically in education. So connectivity, do we have a stable connections so that we could connect really to our teachers? Just like in other universities, if you don't have a very good connectivity, you are not allowed to enroll. It's because the teachers are always keep on informing their students to connect with them. So kung wala ka connectivity, do not enroll. If you don't have gadgets, if you don't have laptops, do not enroll. Okay? Also, this includes transparency. Transparent dapat kita on what we are doing. Okay? Specifically as a professionals. Modularization. So we are using different modules that we can also provide to our students. Globalization. So what we are doing is global, okay? Because this we only follow what is being informing us by our president. So commoditizations, whatever problems we encountered or the students encountered, so we need to accommodate them. Okay, so these are the 7 professional services. So professional relationship that must be managed. 1, relationship between IT workers and employers. So if you are already working, what would be the relationship to your employers? So this includes the issues, protection of company secrets. So if you are working in an institution, so kung may mga problema man dyan, o kung may mga secrets ang institution, you need to protect it. Not as ikaw pati mo naga-istorya sa ibang tao. So vacation policy, time off for a funeral or illness in the family. Just like kung may mga napatay sa members of the faculty. So it's our social obligation to attend to, because that is social obligation of a teacher. So dapat we will just follow what is being implemented or the protocols that is being implemented by the school or by the institution. Okay? So kung, for example, if you are a teacher, just like before, wala pang free tuition, if you are working in the university, and then gusto mo nga pa-eskwelahan ng imong mga bata, automatically, ang imong mga bata, wala tibaydan nga tuition. Okay? But right now, no worries kita because our tuition is free. So the use of company resources, including computers and networks. That is why, if you have noticed, there are faculty members nga nagabalik sa school every day because they don't have connection at home, so they prefer to conduct their class here in school. Okay, trade secret. So this is an information generally unknown to the public that the company has taken strong measures to keep confidential. So in an institution, they are very protected when it comes to how the schools or how the company is doing, especially if they are connecting with their stakeholders. So whistleblowing. So an effort by an employee to attract attention to the negligent, illegal, unethical, abusive, or dangerous act by a company that threatens the public interest. So this is one of the problems that the Philippines is encountering. That isn't the case of Laila. I know it's Napoles. It's not that the time of Napoles wherein ang PDAF, that is. So there's a lot of budget with that PDAF, and then that is only given to those may mga projects. But then this is only open to the public when Mark Loy opened or everything about what Napoles is doing. But then the case is not yet done or finished until now. Sige pa ang process with that case. PDAF. Okay, second one is relationship between IT workers and clients. So each party agrees to provide something of value to the other. So if it is with your worker, with your employees, how about your clients? So what would be your relationship? So this includes the fraud. Is the crime obtaining goods or services or property through deception or trickery? Okay? Just like ang mga pagkain ba lang ginatugro kanimo or mga free services, di ba? When we say fraud, nagapamual wala ikaw kang mga gamit nga di dyan sa office. So that is a fraud. Misrepresentation. So this is the misstatement or incomplete statement of a material fact. So kung nag-obra ikaw kung mga reports, ura ikaw nag-obra ka mga complete nga data. So ang ginabutang lang nimo di dyan is kung ano lang, di ba? And then you put some budget. So that is misrepresentation. So kung budget dyan is 1 million, ginimo mo lang timo nga 800,000. So ang 200,000 gintago mo. Okay? So sa imo nga bulsa, so that is misrepresentation. Sa breach of contract, so occurs when one party fails to meet the terms of a conduct. For example, you already signed a contract from one company, but then Pero dapat for 1 year pa. But it's only for the 4 months pa lang nga nag-work ikaw, and then you have noticed na daw hindi namin ang padalagan kang company, and then may nag-offer kani mga other company na pwede ka makaobra dito, di ba? So kung gusto mo mag-silo, so that is a breach of contract. Or maybe, by dani mo to ang contract, again signan mo sa first company before you transfer to the second company. Just like in the case of our part-time instructors here in UA, for example, nag-sign na sang contract and then may offer sa DepEd for permanency. So they just school part-time. So kung may offer dito nga nag-start in Santa Lidia nga nag-sign ng contract, they only pay 2,500 with that contract so that they could transfer to the DepEd. Okay, so that is a breach of contract. I mean. So material breach of contract occurs when party fails to perform certain express or implied obligation which impairs or destroys the essence of the contract. Ang raba lang, baydan mo lang tana kung ano dyan, nga pwede parang ang mag-okay ang imo nga contract and then you can transfer to others. Okay? So relationship between IT workers and suppliers. So this includes the bribery, includes providing money, property, or favors to someone in business or government to obtain a business advantage. Sige, diya ka mo ka naman, mabiding kita, diya ka mo ka naman mag-earn, and then every time nga may contract ka mo ka naman, so balik ka naman ka mo. For example, if ang school may contract ng 1 million, tapos ang SOP mabalik sa kung sino to nag-transact kang materials sa sangka company, balikan ta na example B 10%. Okay? So mabalik ka 10% ka 1 million, 100,000 ana. Okay? So that's bribery. But we don't know this is being done by other people so that they will earn money. So relationship between IT workers and other professionals. So professionals feel a degree of loyalty to other members of their profession, or as a result, they are quick to help each other obtain new positions but slow to criticize each other in public. So if you are you have a relationship with other professionals, so the best thing to do is help each other. Okay? So kung may friends ikaw nga sa iba man nga program, o kung sa iba man nga kinanglan ka bullying ninyo, help each other. As long as man-ani mo kung ano. Okay, a number of ethical problems can arise among members of IT profession. One of the most common is resume inflation. So there are a lot of people that are putting anything in their resume. So that is resume inflation, which involves lying on a resume and claiming competencies in an IT skill that is in high demand. So just like if you are getting the what they call that NC for computer, so nagbutang mo dyan nga yung pass the national certificate even though wala ka nakapasar. So that's resume inflation. Or nagbutang mo nga you are a graduate of IT, which is wala ka pa ka-graduate. Okay? Fifth is a relationship between IT workers and IT users. So when we are talking with the IT users, this distinguishes the person who uses a hardware or a software product from the IT workers. So if you are a person who are using hardware and software, tawag ka nimo is IT user. But then, how about IT workers? So IT workers who develop, install, service, and support the product. Ang IT worker, tanangarian, if ikaw gid bala, sample ikaw nagmaniobra, maghimo, mag-install, especially the software that we are using. So that is, you are called as IT workers. Okay? So relationship between IT workers and society. So we have what we call the professional code of ethics or professional code of ethics for IT professionals. So states the principle and the core values that are essential to the work of a particular occupational group. Okay, so laws do not provide a complete guide to ethical behavior. Sometimes it depends on us on how we behave on the things around us, especially on how we use technology or computer, or even the way we use our cell phones, di ba? Hindi man pwede nga you use your cell phones from morning until the evening. So mainit ka na, and tendency, the next time nga you open mo, may mga problem na ikaw encounter. Just like how also we behave on the use of computers. So dapat limit lang. Okay? For example, in a day, we will be using 4 hours of our time or 5 hours. So following a professional code of ethics can produce many benefits for the individual, the profession, and society as a whole. So professional organizations. So no IT professional organization has emerged as permanent. So there is no universal code of ethics for IT workers. So 5 of the most prominent IT-related professional organizations. So mugid dyan mga kilala all over the world. We have the ICM, or Association for Computing Machinery. So this is founded in 1947 with 24,000 student members and 68,000 professional members in more than 100 countries. Pero though it's really hard to be a member of this company. Association of Information Technology Professionals, IETP. So started in Chicago in 1951 when a group of machine accountants got together and decided that the future was bright for the IBM punch card tabulating machines. They were operating a precursor of the modern electronic computer. So this is also an organization that helps IT professionals. Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Computer Society. So if your course is computer engineering, so you need to be a member of this. So covers the broad fields of electrical, electronic, and information technologies and sciences. So next is the Project Management Institute, established in 1969 and has more than 420 members. So tama ta nakaduro kaya ang members, and people have passed the PMI certification. It's also hard to pass the PMI certification. Kaya may mga programming na languages na include. And then the last is the SysAdmin Audit Network Security Institute. Ito na for systems and security. So this provides security training and certification for a wide range of individuals, such as auditors, network administrators, and security managers. So just like us, teachers, we have only certifications coming from the TESDA, that is NC 2 and NC 3. So this is also big help to the teachers. Okay, you need to train yourself for a month before you took the exam. But now the TESDA is offering, there are they offered free training, just like in our case, free lang ang amon nga training, and then we pass the exam. So may dyan man nga case nga they don't have free nga training, so you need to pay mga 10,000 every training or every certification. So it's expensive also. And we are also a member of the Philippine Society of IT Educators in the Philippines. So we have also one of the very kilala nga organization of IT professionals. So we are a member of that. Certification indicates that the professional possess a particular set of skills, knowledge, or abilities in the opinion of certifying organization. So that is getting a national certificate. So as a student, so you can also take an NC exam. Okay, kay bahal niya klase mabuling na later on if you're applying for a job, or even if you're applying for a K-12 program, even though wala ka license for license of teachers, but then you have the skills or certification, automatically they will accept you. Now, government licensing. A government issued permission to engage in activity or to operate a business. So just like dapat may license gid if you are having a business, di ba? So that is government licensing. So issues associated with government licensing of IT workers. So there is no universal accepted core body of knowledge, and it is unclear should manage the content administration of licensing exams. So there is no administrative body to accredit professional education programs. This is just like the ICT is offering also a Cisco certification. So pwede man ang students makatake. So there is no administrative body to assess and ensure competence of individual workers. So hindi mo man-an nga if asang katawo sagad or may skills. Eh sometimes they have skills but they simply keep it within themselves. So IT professional malpractice. 1. Negligence has been defined as not doing something that a reasonable person would do or doing something that a reasonable person would not do. It's like madura ang mga gamit sa office, so that is negligence. Or madura ang budget sa among kadyang activity, so that is part of negligence. Okay? So as long as you are working with that company, so kung ano dyan ang matabo, abay gid ikaw. So duty of care refers to the obligation to protect people against any unreasonable harm or risks. So if you are working in an institution, so dapat ang company may ginatawag nga duty of care. Na dapat hindi mabala masakitan or wala man bala may matabo sa andang mga clients or with their employees. Okay? Breach of the duty of care is the failure to act a reasonable person would act. Just like napilas kalansang ang imong empleyado in your institution. So sino ka na masabat? It's the institution. Okay? Tapos nag-absent ikaw kay what happened, tapos absinan ka pa, so it's not. Professional malpractice is a liability of professionals who breach the duty of care liable for injuries that their negligence causes. So common ethical issues for IT users. So inappropriate use of computing resources. We have software piracy of kaya amo gid ang rampant, inappropriate sharing of information. So amo mga common ethical issues for IT users. So supporting the ethical practices of IT users, 1, establishing guidelines for use of company software, or even students how to use or manage with the use of the software. Defining the limiting appropriate use of IT resources, structuring information system to protect data and information, installing and maintaining a corporate firewall. So you can relate with this, especially even how you use your cell phones or even how you use your computer or laptops. So dapat we need to protect our phones, batangan natin ng mga password or ang even ang ating mga files wherein we are keeping our pictures or our videos, di ba? Or we need also to maintain a firewall or ang mga ano ganit tawag kara, ang mga firewall or anti-virus. So butangan din natin, okay? So last is the firewall. So this is a hardware or a software device that serves as a barrier between an organization's network and the internet. So para hindi for example, madura ang mga data natin, so ma-protection na natin, so we need to use different firewalls. So there's a lot of firewalls available in Play Store or may dyan kita nga built-in firewall automatically if you are buying PC or laptops, may dyan ang tanang tawag nga built-in firewall or anti-virus. Okay? So this is all in our lesson 3. So I hope that you will learn something about this module or this lesson that is on professionals or on a relationship about IT workers, and also you can differentiate what would be the things that you are going to do if you are already working or even if you are undergo your on-the-job training. Okay, so this is for the professionals in the field of IT. So thank you, everyone. for listening.